Hey everyone, welcome back. So this video will be looking at context and themes from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So about the author. Charles Dickens was a novelist and editor during the Victorian era. When he was 12, his father was arrested for debt and sent to prison. He gave up his education to go and work in a factory and earn money for his family. His experiences of poverty made him critical of the way Victorian society treated its poor citizens. A bit of context. So the novel strongly emphasizes the importance of social responsibility. People have a duty to help the less fortunate. This is the message that Dickens was trying to get across. It was set at Christmas, as it was when people treated each other with kindness and generosity. People were more likely to give during Christmas, as they tended to feel guilty for those who didn't have as much as they did. 1834 Poor Law. People believed that helping poor people would make poverty worse and that laws should be stricter for poor people. They thought charity would make them lazy. So the 1834 Poor Law was introduced, which reduced the financial help available to the poor, and that unemployed people would have to enter a workhouse in order to receive food and shelter. There's a quote in the novel in which Scrooge says that if they would rather die, they had better do it, believing that if they didn't want to work, then they might as well die. The Industrial Revolution created a larger gap between the rich and poor. It created a whole new group of people, the middle classes, in which were those who didn't have titles but had a lot of money because of the Industrial Revolution. Dickens believed education could lessen the gap by allowing the poor to better themselves and supported several projects to educate the poor. Religion. Victorian society was very religious. Christianity had a strong influence. People believed that to be a good Christian, they should live by a strict moral code, go to church, not drink alcohol, and not have premarital sex. Dickens believed a good Christian should do good deeds for other people and not just go to church, not drink alcohol, and not have premarital sex. Dickens himself was extremely religious, but he did not trust organized religion and believed that you could be close to God no matter where you were and what you did. Themes. So, the Christmas spirit. Christmas is presented as a time when people are more generous and open their shut-up hearts. The Christmas spirit involves generosity and kindness. The charity collectors refer to Christmas as a time when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. This is to say that people feel that what they want and need more keenly during Christmas, but there's a lot of abundance in people spending money that they don't need to spend. They are trying to bring Christmas cheer at a time when poverty is keenly felt. Fred believes that Christmas should encourage people to think of people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave. Fred believes it's a time when humanity should unite and help each other. The Christmas spirit has both a religious and secular side. So Christmas spirit as related to Christianity associates Christmas with kindness, forgiveness, and charity. The Christmas also had a secular element, the childish excitement that surrounds it with music, games, and parties. The Christmas spirit is powerful enough to transform Scrooge. He is referred to as ogre of the family and a dark shadow. But by the end of the novel, he is transformed by what he has learned. Redemption. So Scrooge's redemption is the main focus of the novel. At first, it seems like it would be impossible for Scrooge to change. In chapter 1, he's negative and dislikes the idea of charity. In fact, he said it's enough for a man to understand his own business and not to interfere with other people's. He doesn't want to give money or find out about other people's needs or wants because he doesn't want to get involved. By the time Scrooge is visited by the last ghost, his attitude has softened and he has learned the error of his ways. There are hints that Scrooge will change and be redeemed. Through seeing his relations with Fan and Belle, we know that he can feel the softer emotions and is capable of love and kindness. Furthermore, Scrooge's father is a foreshadowing of Scrooge's redemption, as he is described by Fan as being kinder than he used to be when he allows Scrooge to come home from boarding school. Scrooge isn't forced to change, but his new attitude leads to his redemption. By the end of the story, he is glowing with his good intentions. Scrooge learns the value of empathy from the spirits and decides that I will not shut out the lessons they teach. Poverty and social responsibility. Scrooge was apathetic about the plight of the poor and believes he already does enough as his taxes pay for prisons and workhouse. He is afraid of poverty as he knows how horrible it can be, which makes his treatment of people like Bob Cratchit seem even worse. Dickens says that some of the chained phantoms might be guilty governments. This could be seen as a criticism of the government's treatment of the poor, such as the 1834 Poor Law. The Cratchits are used as an example of people living in poverty. They live in a 4-room house and their clothes are threadbare, but they make an effort. Peter feels gallantly attired in his handed-down shirt collar. When the Cratchits are having their Christmas dinner, they are sharing a small pudding, but are grateful for everything they have. The Ghost of Christmas Present hints that if these shadows remain unaltered, then Tiny Tim will die. It is only with Scrooge's intervention that Tiny Tim survives. Dickens shows that while people can be rich financially, they can also be rich in other ways, such as enjoyment, love, and companionship. The Cratchits are poor, but they appreciate what they have. They are portrayed as an unrealistically perfect family who don't need money to be emotionally rich. Family. Family is shown to be a source of comfort, strength, and joy throughout. Several examples can be found in the visions shown to Scrooge by the Ghost of Christmas Present, children running out into the snow to greet sisters, brothers, cousins, uncles, and aunts. The Cratchit family are symbolic of a perfect family. They are close and enjoy affectionately teasing and talking with each other. In contrast to the other main characters in the text, Scrooge doesn't see the point in family. He rejects Fred's invitation to dine with his family in favour of solitude. Remember, Fred is his only relative. He is Fan's son. When Fred tells Scrooge that he married because he fell in love, Scrooge laughs at him and says that love is the one thing in the world more ridiculous than a Merry Christmas. So, things to remember. Dickens uses the whole novel to show that with the help of good Christian morals, anyone can be redeemed, even someone as morally bereft as Scrooge. Although the themes are not numerous, they all require a lot of detail and you need to be familiar with them. The context will constantly be woven into the text, and your understanding will be enhanced by knowing about pertinent background information. So make sure you familiarize yourself with it. So, was this video useful? Follow me on all my social media accounts. Share, like and subscribe. And please do leave a comment if you have a question or if you have a request, as this video was requested. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.